Welcome. My name is Rebecca Carson. I'm the Managing Director for the Lisa Smith Wengler Center for the Arts at Pepperdine University. And I want to welcome all of you here tonight for what's going to be an extraordinary night of music. We have been at the Chateau d'Hauteville this week with the Parkening International Swiss Masterclass. And unfortunately, Carlotta Dahlia had a medical emergency and was not able to join us this week. But you're going to hear from 7 wonderful guitarists. You can read their bios in your program, and you can see the playing order and the repertoire for tonight by clicking on the QR code at the back of your program. We hope you will join us after the performance for a brief reception and meet the guitarists, the very talented guitarists you'll see here tonight. And it is now my great pleasure to introduce classical guitar virtuoso and distinguished professor of music at Pepperdine University, Christopher Parkening.
Good evening. I would like to welcome you to the final concert of the Parkening International Swiss Masterclass. This event champions and rewards the traditions of musical excellence so well exemplified by my teacher and friend, the great Spanish guitarist, Andres Segovia. For the past 2 days, we have gathered here at the beautiful Chateau campus of Pepperdine University for intensive study and performance of the classical guitar. The 8 guitarists among this generation's finest players were selected from a robust field of over 40 artists and represent 7 different countries, making this truly an international event. I am grateful to the leadership of Pepperdine University for valuing and supporting the pursuit of art and the skill and discipline necessary to perfect this art. Every aspect of the Parkening International Swiss Masterclass is a credit to their commitment to excellence. Now, I hope you share my excitement as we watch these artists' careers unfold. Thank you.
My name is Samrat Majumdar. I was born in Greenock in Scotland, and I'm living at the moment in Wuppertal in Germany. I learned to play the classical guitar. I started taking lessons when I was around 6, and I started to see it as a serious profession at the age of 15. And people that have been most inspiring have, of course, been my 2 teachers in Scotland, my teacher in the Netherlands and my teacher in Germany, my family as well, because they're all music lovers, and idols such as Julian Bream, Andres Segovia, John Williams, and of course, Maestro Christopher Parkening as well. I hope to foster connections with people from all over the world who are wonderful artists in their own right, and also from Maestro Parkening and Mr. Dave Thomas, to get to know more about the beautiful philosophy of being an aspiring classical guitarist, and figuring out how one may make a mark on the artistic environment of today in finding their own artistic voice at the same time. The whole experience up until now, and I'm guessing till the end of this journey, has been fantastic, truly memorable. The advice that I have received and the teaching that I've received from Maestro Parkening, and the wonderful guidance that Mr. Dave Thomas and the organizer Rebecca as well has offered has been very insightful, and will certainly change the way I perceive this career and how I perceive life and music in general. So I'm very grateful to everybody that's involved in making this beautiful project a reality in such an inspiring venue as well. I feel that I'm very grateful and privileged and lucky to be in a position where I am able to study and pursue a potential career in the classical guitar, and I feel that it is certainly a responsibility of mine to share that opportunity with other people, which is why one of the biggest professional goals that I would like to continue to pursue for as long as I can practice is to help individuals, for instance in India, who are not able to necessarily get the same accessibility that one might find here in Europe or in America, and giving them opportunities to make connections so that their talent is also recognized regardless of where they come from.
Hello, my name is Ana Maria Iordache. I was born in Bucharest, Romania, and I've been living for the last 6 years in Tucson, Arizona, in the United States. I started learning classical guitar when I was around 6 years old. It was a desire of my mother's. She always wanted to learn classical guitar, and she never got the chance. So as soon as I had the proper age, I started learning it. And it's been such a fun journey until now, and I've had such great time with this instrument. It brought me to so many places that I never thought I would go to, and I got to meet so many interesting people and great artists like Christopher Parkening and David Russell and a lot of other maestros. With this experience at the Chateau d'Hauteville and learning from Christopher Parkening and his manager Dave Thomas, I'm hoping to get different perspectives on music and on how to approach my career as an emerging artist, as well as get a lot more insight about a lot of details from big composers' lives like Mario Castelnuovo Tedesco or Joaquin Rodrigo, and including, not to say the least, Andres Segovia with his legacy and the fact that Christopher was such a close person to this legend. First of all, I would like to thank the Pepperdine team for inviting me here and Rebecca Carson for making this possible. It's been such an amazing experience so far. Learning from Christopher Parkening has been a great experience for me and for my career. And sharing thoughts about music and history of guitar with him and the other participants has been an enriching experience. Being a classical guitarist is like a dream come true for me, and I'm hoping to be able to continue this for a long time and be able to share great music and approach new music and bring it to the audience. I'm working right now on a project that is commissioning music inspired by my home country, Romania, and I'm hoping to bring that to the audience and show a bit more of who I am as a human being and as a musician, and as well celebrate music with that.
Bonsoir. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. The next piece that I'm going to perform, it's called Târgu Jiu. It's the same name of an ensemble of sculptures from Romania. And the composer got inspired by Romanian artist Constantin Brâcuș. And he composed one piece that has 3 main sections. Each section is related to the sculpture in Romania. So the first sculpture is the Gate of the Kiss. The second sculpture is the Table of Silence. And the last sculpture is the Endless Column. I hope you'll enjoy Târgu Jiu by Sergio Asad.
My name is Suvan Agarwal. I was born in Tokyo, Japan, and I grew up in a town called Sunnyvale in California in the USA. And I'm now going to school in Scotland at the Royal Conservatoire of Scotland in Glasgow. Well, I started the classical guitar when I was 4 years old, and the way my mom tells it is that I watched The Sound of Music, and I really liked the sound of Julie Andrews' guitar. You know those scenes when she's running up and down the Swiss mountains, which is funny enough because we're in Switzerland. But apparently I liked the guitar a lot, and then I wanted to play the guitar, and so she found lessons for the classical guitar, and that's where the journey started. Well, I grew up heavily influenced by Christopher Parkening's wonderful recordings that he made in, I want to say, the 80s and 90s. And I think I've come here to learn from his experiences and hear all the great stories he has to tell after he's, because he's been around some of the greatest guitarists and guitar composers that have ever lived. So obviously he has so much to share. And so I really want to just benefit from that wealth of knowledge that he has to offer. Well, first off, you couldn't have asked for a better location and better organization of this masterclass. It really is just, it is an amazing event that they've put together. So I'm really grateful that I had the opportunity to come out here. Honestly, nothing but gratitude. It's been a great experience. My professional goal and my musical goal are pretty similar, and that's, well, it can be summed up by, I think I feel just a profound joy and happiness when I play the music I love, especially music from the classical era by composers such as Haydn and Mozart. And there's nothing that would make me happier than to be able to share that joy and spark that joy in other people. And I think the guitar is a perfect instrument to make that happen. And professionally, I think I would really like to be playing concerts around the world, and also one of my goals is to teach guitar at the university level.
My name is Vasilina Shashkova. I was born in Moscow in Russia and now I'm living in Avellino in Italy. I started to play the guitar really early when I was 6 or 7 years old. My inspiration always was the concert and the artistry atmosphere. Like I always was near the guitarist on the first row, and then, for example, I went to masterclass. And for example, for me as a guitarist, it's really important to have this connect with artists. For example, now, Maestro Parkening, I was listening for his recording for a long time, and now I have opportunity to play to him and to listen his opinion about my playing. Is heartbreaking. This is my first experience on such a big event like that, so I hope to get some new information, some new experience, because I can't even imagine what can I get, because really now I'm not believing that I'm here, because it's really important thing for me as an artist and as a guitarist. I can say that this place is the most inspiring that you can even imagine, because we have a fantastic nature here. Like now I'm looking to the Alps. Then we have a beautiful place to practice, so you can study, also enjoy the nature that around you. Also, I need to say about other participants, because the level here is extremely high. So you can just talk with the person to understand who is that, and after realize that he or she has won a lot of competitions, like in the world. Then I need to say about organization, because bravo for organizers. Everything is perfect with time, with areas, and of course, Maestro is a big honor to have opportunity to take classes from really person that is legendary for me and for all of us. Music, as all types of art, can change the world really, so my goal is probably to change something inside the people and through my music express my feelings and make other people feel also something.
My name is Émilie Fend. I was born in Strasbourg in France, at the border with Germany, and now I live nearby Cologne in a city called Wuppertal in Germany, and it's been 7 years. I started getting interested in classical guitar when I was 16, 17, and started then my classical training at the conservatory with 18 years old. Before that, I was playing electric guitar and acoustic guitar, mainly self-taught, but I also had some lesson. But at that age, I started then watching some YouTube videos of players like David Russell and Anna Vidovic, and I really fell in love with the guitar, with the classical guitar, so I decided to learn how to read a score, grow my nails, and take on some classical training. This week is a great opportunity for me to learn from Maestro Christopher Parkening, and through him also from Andrés Segovia, and to get in touch with this tradition of the classical guitar and this process of him ordering pieces by composers. So also it was Andrés Segovia who brought the classical guitar from traditional instrument to classical instrument. And so this passing from generation to generation is really interesting to get in touch with. Also, some really important learning for us through this masterclass is some insights on career building by Mr. Christopher Parkening's agent, Mr. David Thomas. And this is a really important aspect, and it brings us a lot of insights and learnings. During this masterclass, it was really interesting to learn about some stories of life from Mr. Christopher Parkening. It was his experiences with Andrés Segovia or Mario Castelnuovo Tedesco. So some stories you will never hear anywhere else. So this was really good and refreshing to hear, to have these big names put in persons and stories of life. And I'm extremely thankful to be here, and extremely thankful for the whole organization and the Pepperdine University, Rebecca Carson, who is doing a terrific job at organizing everything and giving us the best condition to learn and get inspired, but also, as I said, get some precious, really important insights about career building and about music and about everything there is to learn as a concert artist from Mr. David Thomas and Mr. Christopher Parkening. Some of the things I would really like to advocate for while building my careers are to broaden a little the audience of the classical guitar, so we get always a more diverse audience, and also to be able to make people know more about classical guitar. It could be with big hits of the classical guitar, really well-known pieces, but also lesser-known pieces, and to show a broader audience how to appreciate these pieces, but also to discover them. And as I did when I was 16, 17 years old, watching Anna Vidovic and David Russell's video, to give them this experience of falling in love with the guitar.
Bonsoir à toutes et à toutes. Je me permets de faire une petite contribution francophone. Je vais vous interpréter deux mouvements de la sonate numéro 3 de Manuel Maria Ponce. Donc c'est un compositeur mexicain qui a travaillé de manière très prolifique avec le guitariste Andrés Segovia, donc de Grenade, d'Andalousie, et qui a fait ses études à Paris. Donc on a déjà ces trois influences principales qui sont la musique impressionniste, la musique espagnole et le folklore mexicain. Donc vu que je ne joue que 2 mouvements, on n'aura que 2 des 3 influences qui sont donc dans le cas du premier mouvement la musique impressionniste et dans le 3e mouvement la musique andalouse. Si vous manquez le côté folklore mexicain, vous pouvez trouver le 2e mouvement de la sonate que j'ai lancé sur ma chaîne YouTube il y a très peu de temps, enregistré justement à Paris au pied du Pont-Neuf. Voilà. Donc le premier mouvement et le 3e mouvement de Manuel María Ponce.
Hi, my name is Vyacheslav Shugaev. I was born in Moscow region, Russia, and now I live and study in Moscow. All children in Russia, I think, have some hobbies like painting, music, or sports. My hobby was classical guitar. I started play when I was 10, and it was just a hobby because I wanted to become an engineer or mathematician. But at the last year studying music school, my teacher told me to try to enter the college. And I tried. That way I entered the Gnesin College in Moscow and studied there for 4 years with Anastasia Bardina. Now I'm on my last year of the Gnesin Academy and studying with Artem Dervayet. All of my teachers was important for me because they gave me a lot of opportunity to perform and inspired me to be better and better. It's a big pleasure for me to be here and to take master classes from such a great guitarist and professor like Christopher Parkening. I want to take from him some inspiration and advices. It's already happened yesterday, and today is the second day of master classes. Yeah. It is my first time at Switzerland, and I'm totally amazed and still impressed because of this place, this beauteous nature. So it gives me a lot of energy every day, and also I'm very happy to meet the great guitarists, participants from all around the world, and I want to say huge thanks to Pepperdine University and to all of the organizers who made this project. It's a great event that gives a lot of opportunity to young guitarists like us. So thank you so much. I'm a prize winner of many all-Russian and international competitions, like Frauchi International Competition in Moscow, competitions in Luxembourg, in Albania. Also, I'm a Savaras Prize winner in the Santiago de Compostela, Spain. This March I have my debut at the Tchaikovsky Concert Hall, so now I want to continue my career. That's why I'm here too. So thank you so much one more time.
My name is Julia Trinschuk. I was born in Reutlingen, Germany, which is a small city close to Stuttgart in the south of Germany, and now currently I'm living in Düsseldorf, Germany. I started learning the classical guitar at the age of 4 after annoying my father for a while, who was teaching private students at home. And I think the biggest, I always knew that I want to become a musician, though I also played other instruments. So the point where I almost decided, I would say, was when I was 9 years old and I visited a concert of Pepe Romero, the first concert I visited of him. And that was, I think, the biggest click, let's say. From this week's masterclass, I'm hoping to leave with a lot of inspiration, new insights on how to think of music, how to get to a new piece maybe, and just open some perspectives. I think that's the one thing that one should always be looking for. I think the entire time up until now is worth telling because it's been incredibly inspiring listening to all the wonderful stories and anecdotes that both Christopher and David Thomas have to tell. So that, in combination with the wonderful people that are here, a lot of wonderful colleagues, and the beautiful, beautiful place that we're at, it's just an incredible experience to be here. One of my most important goals is to make sure that the guitar goes to a different level. So getting the guitar out of the niche, so as did Segovia, but in the current situation that we have in our society, I believe that it's impossible to do with one single person. So I'm very, very happy that we have such wonderful colleagues in this generation and the generation after us too, that are working on this, so we all can achieve this goal together to make sure that the classical guitar will be surviving in the classical music world.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Julia Trinschuk, and before I have the honor of closing this concert, I would like, in the name of all of us participants, I would like to thank every one of the people who made this possible, especially Maestro Christopher Parkening, Dave, Rebecca, and Mark. Thank you all so much. We've had a wonderful time, all of us, and we're incredibly thankful and happy to have been here. Thank you.